Hey, what's up everyone? Today we're gonna do some smoked meatloaf in the Pit Boss vertical pellet smoker. If you've been looking for an easy smoker recipe that doesn't take all day, you're gonna love this. We've got just a couple of ingredients that are gonna go in this. I've got the Pit Boss fired up, so let's dive right into this and take a look at the ingredients. So the star of the show is this meatloaf mix I found at the supermarket. It's got beef, pork, and veal in it. It's 1.32 pounds, and then I've got another container, so we're gonna do both. In here, I've got some diced up jalapeno. I've got 3 cloves of garlic that we're gonna mince and put in there. Right here, we've got some green onion. I used a little bit of the green, mostly the white parts, cut it up into real nice thin slices. Right here, I have a small diced red pepper. You could use green pepper, yellow pepper, whatever you want. Here I've got 2 eggs that we're gonna add to the mixture. Some panko breadcrumbs, and then to season it all up, I'm gonna use this Pit Boss smoke infused rub that I love so much, some Heath Riles pecan rub, and some Head Country original seasoning. So now we just gotta mix it all up and get it in the smoker. All right, so first things first, let's get our eggs into the bowl. Just gonna give them a little whisk, help break them up a little bit. In they go. I'm gonna dump in all of my green onions. In goes the jalapeno. And right now I'm just gonna do about half of these. This is 1 whole red pepper. I'm just gonna do half for now, and if I need more, I can add it. All right, and now for my garlic. I've got one of these garlic presses. I'm gonna get all 3 of these in here. There it goes. The fresh garlic is the best. I've used the prepared stuff in a bind. It's okay, but nothing beats fresh. So we got that. Okay, and now I'm gonna put in this rub, about a tablespoon or so. It's got sugar, salt, dehydrated onion, garlic, dried maple syrup, dried red bell peppers, a bunch of other good spices. So instead of salt and pepper, I'm gonna use this. So I'm just gonna eyeball it. There we go, it's about a tablespoon and a half, maybe more. Take my fork, just get it all incorporated. Easier to do it this way, I think, than to try and do it on top of the beef inside of this bowl. So there we go. Now I'll start adding our meatloaf mixture. Just gonna dump that right in there. It helps to get gloves, but you don't need them. But we're just gonna use our hands and start to work this in, and then I'll add my second container, and there she goes. This is the biggest glass bowl that I have, so we'll make it work. But this is definitely easier than putting all the ingredients on top of the meat and then trying to do it. And just get them all in. You want to make sure that all these little ingredients get evenly distributed so that everybody gets some of the goodness in every slice. All right, and now we're gonna add these panko breadcrumbs. Use any kind you want. All the stuff I'm putting in here, guys, you could put in whatever you want. I'm just using what I had left over in the refrigerator and what was in the cupboard. So I'm gonna start with about a cup. Start mixing this in. Once this bread gets absorbed into the juices of the meat and the vegetables, it's gonna help bind all this together. So we'll just keep mixing this around until it starts to firm up a little bit, and then I'll put it on the cutting board and we can form it into our loaf. All right, let's get it out of there. I'm just gonna work it on the board because that bowl's a little bit too small. Just get a little bit more of these breadcrumbs. Just kind of fold it in. There's no right or wrong way to do this, guys. Whatever it takes to get it in. That's looking good, feeling good. So now I'm gonna form this thing into a loaf. You gotta keep in mind, this thing is gonna shrink down in the smoker. So if you're looking for big, tall slices, maybe you wanna make a sandwich, you wanna make it really tall. I'm gonna go right about here. And before I put the rubs on here, I have I've got one of my grates from the smoker that I've wrapped in aluminum foil just to help keep this clean. And if you look close, I just poked a bunch of holes in it to help the grease go through. So now I'm gonna hit it up with a little bit of spray oil so nothing sticks, like so. And then I'm gonna transfer the loaf to the grate and we'll start putting on our first rub. So this is the Head Country Original. Start to get a nice light layer of this on there. This is savory. So we're gonna have a nice barbecue meatloaf that's savory, sweet, a little bit of heat from those jalapenos. Just gonna tilt this up, make sure we get these sides. All right, and now for this Heath Riles pecan rub. This is really good stuff. I've used it on just about everything. So same thing, let's get the sides, the top, get this side over here. And now we're ready to get this in the smoker. I've got it set at 250 degrees Fahrenheit. And so it'll take roughly an hour and a half, 2 hours, maybe a little bit more. So let's get it in the smoker. All right, here we go. And you know what, while I think about it, I'm gonna get these other racks out of here because all that's gonna drip down and be less for me to clean up later. Get the door closed. And I'll come back in about an hour to show you guys how it looks, see if we need to do anything, but this is pretty much a low maintenance cook. It's gonna take roughly 2 hours and it's gonna be delicious. We are at the 1 hour mark, so let's get this open, take a look at it, and check the temperature. Let's get this door open. Nice amount of smoke coming out of there. Oh yeah, that's got great color to it. Let me just move this in. Give you a little better idea how it's looking. Gorgeous color. So now let's check our temperature. I'm gonna go in the thickest part of the center. We're at about 109 degrees, so 51 more degrees to go. All right, so we'll be back in another hour, and when we do, I'm gonna put some barbecue sauce on top of this, get a real nice coating of that on there. Some people like to use ketchup or tomato-based sauce, but I'm gonna use some really good barbecue sauce to stick with our barbecue meatloaf theme. All right, we're at the 2-hour mark. The meatloaf is about 161 degrees right now, so I'm gonna take it out real quick so we can get the barbecue sauce on it, and I'll show you that. Look at how awesome that looks. Beautiful color. That rub really does a good job. So for my sauce, I'm gonna use this Head Country Original barbecue sauce. And I'm just gonna drizzle it like so. And I've got a little brush. Make sure we brush it on here. What we're gonna do is put this back in the smoker for about 10 minutes to let this sauce kind of set up a little bit. I flip it around so you can see the other side. Look at that end, oh man. You can see some of those peppers peeking out of there. Get a little bit more sauce on here. It's looking good. And like I said, I'm gonna put it back in the smoker for about 10-15 minutes, let that sauce set, and then I'll take it out, let it rest for about 10 minutes, cut into it, show you guys what it looks like. I can't wait to eat. This would go good with mashed potatoes, a salad, whatever you guys want for the side. You know this is gonna be good though, so let's get it back in the smoker and then we'll cut into it. I think we're ready to cut into this thing. It's rested for about 10 minutes, so let's cut into it and see how it looks. All right, I'm just gonna cut right down the middle so we can see what that looks like. Oh yeah. Nice little smoke ring. You can see all those vegetables, the red pepper, the jalapeno, the green onion. So let me just cut up the rest of this. You know, depends on how many people you're feeding, how thick you want to go. I'm gonna go about the size of a slice of bread. Oh man. Here, let me show you this piece here. Just in case. I'm not sure if you can see that smoke ring or not, but look at the texture on that. Very juicy. Very, very juicy. Just a beautiful smoked meatloaf. I can't stand it anymore. Enough talking. Let me try a piece of this. You know I gotta go for that end piece. That's the pitmaster's privilege right there. Here we go. That barbecue sauce gives it a nice pop. The jalapenos in there with the red pepper. And those green onions, oh my God, is that tasty. Real nice smoke flavor. Oh yeah, that is a winner. 2 hours approximately to do the whole thing. Still got a nice smoke ring. Hey, I'll tell you what, if you guys like how easy this one was, you want to check out one of these two right there. And I'll see you over there.